off light, but it's going to need to be a little bit stronger than just 10. So we're going to put that about 50, or we'll drag it up a little bit. So now whenever we run our game, we actually have some, I guess you could say shading, like 3D-ish look. Anyways, so there's not really much to do right now. We can climb on top of this block because it has a collider on it, and we can jump off the edge. So let's go ahead and start in on the actual scripting part of it. I'm going to be using a programming language called C# for all of my scripts because I'm not really good at the Unity script, even though I kind of wish I was, or the JavaScript, whatever they want to call it. And I'm just going to call this player stats. And just to show you how easy it is to actually have your script and attach it to objects, just drag it over here, put it onto your first-person controller, and boom, there you go. Player stats has been added to your first-person controller prefab. So we're going to open this up in Mono Development. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to make some new variables. So we're going to go ahead and do player stats. We're going to have to make a few public integers. Actually, to make it easier, if you put underscores and then your variable name, it's easier to keep track of, because with Mono Develop, say you're down here, you hit the underscore, there you go. It just saves you from having to be like, if you're right here, you've got so many options and there's none of them with the underscore, so it helps out majorly. And I mean, I know most programmers do that anyways, but this is just for people that may not know much about scripting. I know there's a couple of you guys on the forums that don't, but we're going to carry on. I'm not going to assign anything to this value because we're going to make some methods later to calculate your max level based on your other stats, along with your hit points. Wow, if I can type. And then along with your, we're going to do attack, and we're going to do dex, and then we're going to do strength. Okay, so we've got our basic skills or stats or whatever you want to call them set up now into your script. And if you ever notice, whenever you save and you go over to here and you click on your first-person controller prefab, it'll actually show you which or what variables are currently at that moment. So that's very helpful to see actually when you're in the editor and you've got all these scripts applying to the variables to change them. This makes it very easy to see what's actually going on and what might be going wrong. So back over here, we are also going to make I'm going to show you a method that is pre-built into Unity. And this is to control the GUI. We're going to do void on GUI. And basically what Unity does is it says, okay, they've introduced this method that I know that's called onGUI, and it's going to be called every frame, and it's going to say what all graphic user interfaces you actually want on the screen. So what we're going to do real quick is we're just going to make a simple GUI for a health bar. We're going to do box, new rect, and so pretty much how the GUI box method is set up is it is your new rectangle, and then you've got to have your left top width and height. And what it means by that is your position on the screen, how much of the screen it takes up, and your width and height. So we're just going to do 10, 10, and I'm going to have to come back to that one because we're going to do something with it. And we're going to make it about 25. Oh, that's where I left this one blank. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it take up half the screen. So if we do screen dot width divided by 2, it will now be, it'll render the GUI on the screen, and it's going to take up exactly half of the width of the play screen, and it's going to say whatever you had in there at 25 pixels for the height. So yeah, that's very helpful. And the left and whatever the other variable is, these two, this is pretty much like your margins. And it's going to be like the spacing in between here and here. And wow, we're already 17 minutes in. So it looks like I'm going to have to break this up into a lot of videos. So, okay. Let's go back over here. And instead of test, we're going to actually make this print our HP versus our max HP. So the only thing we got to do is do HP and then max HP. And then it'll print that on the screen. But the problem is, if we were to run this right now, then we're going to hit some errors. Or it's going to say 0, 0, because that's what Unity automatically assigned them. If not, we would have got a null error from most other things that don't auto-assign if it doesn't have a value. But that's just one of the convenient things that Unity decided to build into their game engine. So, let's actually make some actual, what could you say, methods that will calculate your levels and your hit points and all that fun stuff. So, I'm going to stop our game, go back over to MonoDevelop, and we are going to do okay, now this is what's going to actually calculate our player's level. We're going to do void calc level. And now what we can do in here is we're going to have to assign integer for the level. And then at the bottom of our method, we're going to have to put in our main level is equal to level. So we never actually have to manipulate our main level too much, because in Unity, if you manipulate all that through there, it's going to cause unneeded stress because it keeps going through the inspector. And you want all of your games to run as smoothly as possible. Alright, so we're going to do a really simple one. So what we're going to take is our attack, dexterity, and strength, and we're going to add these all into a total level. And then we're going to divide that total level by a certain number, and that will give us our level that we're going to make our main level. So total level equals attack plus, strength plus dexterity. And now we can take level equals